You told me this story, and that's one of the things I want you to do today. And that unfolded for us over a couple of years as we got to know each other, and it was pretty damn harrowing to listen to say the least. And so I thought one of the things we could do today is, well, I'd like you to tell your story right from the beginning. You told me about your grandparents and about when you were young, when you were in the hospital. People should know this.
Well, it started off as I grew up with my great grandparents, and my mother and father gave me to my great grandparents on my father's side. My great great grandparents were there, and my great grandparents were the ones that grew me up, looked after me. And then when I got put into a residential school, they were there trying to retrieve me back, because they took me from the hospital, right? Like the residential school people grabbed me from the hospital with 3 other kids that time. No English at all, and I got chicken pox, measles, and mumps, right? All in one after another. So I was stuck in the incubator for quite a while, plastic thing, or there's no blankets on you or nothing, because your blankets would get stuck to me. No one seemed to be allowed to come around me. But this young boy, I always remember this story because he's the first one that gave me a toy to play with in this incubator thing, because I had nothing to play with. So I was in this bed, he stacked these books up and threw a toy, and he couldn't completely reach over, so he threw it in and then climbed back down off those books. And I had that toy in my hand, and I guess I was excited just for that toy and him for doing that, right? And
I think you told me that you were on the dock waiting for your grandparents, your great-grandparents, to pick you up.
No. I was in the hospital in the waiting room, and they were down the dock waiting for a taxi, but they got there too late, right? I was already picked up by these people, and I never knew them. And I couldn't speak English to ask what was going on and where was I going. So by the time that happened, I was in this residential school, and it was a big red brick building. And as soon as I got inside those doors, my life changed within seconds, because I got thrown to the floor, and they cut my hair, took all my clothes off, and put these funny-looking clothes on me, and shoes 4 times too big for me. And just a minute.
Yep.
And still gets tough.
Yep.
And I was sitting on my bed. They put me towards, and I wasn't sure what was going on then, because I had these funny looking clothes on and a haircut, and they were treating me mean. 3 o'clock came around. There was kids everywhere, hanging onto my bed. Very tight, wondering what kind of hospital is this? Why is this? Why are they allowed to run around and I'm not? And these 3 boys were standing there. There's a new kid, there's a new kid. And that was me. And from that day on, those 3 boys became my friends, my blood brother. We grew up together in there for quite a few years. Instead of trying to look after each other's back, I guess you might say. And they were teaching me the ropes of residential school and what not to do and what to do. I still never caught on because I couldn't speak English properly, so I couldn't really understand what they were teaching me. So I got whipped and strapped and thrown in a closet quite a bit because of that, not knowing. You could smell all the good food like corn on the cob, roast, stuff like that, and you'd never seen it. It wasn't on your plate, but you could smell it and made your stomach growl really loud because you never got to eat like that. And, sometimes your porridge would be moving, and you did the same porridge for days until it's all gone, and they wouldn't change it or renew your big pot of porridge until you ate it all. To this day, I have a hard time with pickles and peanut butter because that's all you got for your sandwich and your lunch. There's no apple, oranges, or juice. It was just that and water, and the water came out of the tap from the school.
Created and summarized, easy to share with loved ones. The description below the title for this video has these summary points.